let's start the morning session on day 3. Okay, so today we'll have 3 talks in the morning. First talk from Professor Tongyi Zhang from Shanghai University. And the second talk is about the Nomad, and third one is about AIDA. So I'm the chair of this session. I'm Yi Liu from Shanghai University. So I'm supposed to have a introduction in the first 15 minutes. So let me share my screen. Since time is limited, probably I will skip most of them. I think the topic in this conference also most of us have interest in data-driven material science. So so data science is as the fourth research paradigm. Even it came late. Well, in my opinion, the data science centralized the experiment, theory, and the computation. Okay, so the data science can be used to understand both experiment and computation, and then can do prediction, therefore can design the new experiment and computation. Of course, also data science actually can derive theory by deduction or induction process. So even it came late, it's a kind of digital representation of human knowledge since the numbers was invented 1,000 years ago, but never accumulated to so big scale and never been so analyzed in a systematic way or statistical way. So I think that so the data science even came late, but it's important to different field. Also, I think I think another thing is as a material scientist. So not only we do the machine learning, we develop a very accurate machine learning model to predict properties accurately, but we also need to understand what's the physics of material science behind the machine learning model. So so that's why I in my language, so we propose we need to go from machine learning to learning from machine. So as a human being, we should be humble. We learn what machine learned, and then find the new physics and new knowledge behind the machine learning model. I think that's also important. So in view of computer science, probably they call the model interpretation. Okay. Also, I think we have various data sources came from either public or private. We all learn many big database today, but also we should pay attention to the small data set in the laboratory, in the individual laboratory. Those are also important, should be analyzed and find useful physics. So of course, the Nomad is a representation of a big data repository or database so far. And Professor Scheffler and Jaxel proposed this push this idea. So basically push the idea of a big data driven material science. So it based on the collection of bigger computational data. Now we are having more experiment data, and so we can do a correlate statistical analysis, and eventually we will draw this kind of a map of materials. So I think that this gives us the new opportunity to do the new material science. But as a last sentence, I would like to mention, so in many times in material science, we don't have a big data. And the small data also important. How do you find out the new physics of material science behind the small data? That's also a practical question and important. I think the first talk by Professor Tongyi Zhang will talk about this small data with a big noise. So I think that's also an important thing to pay attention. And so I think I use 5 minutes. So let's welcome the first speaker, Professor Tongyi Zhang from Shanghai University. So he's a Chinese academician. He's an expert in solid mechanics and material science. And he is leading material genomes and material informatics movement in China. So let's welcome.